Paul says, baby, I didn't lose nothing when I left my past. I left what I needed to leave in the first place. And now because I left my past, I'm standing in my present and I'm reaching towards my future. Now what Paul, I gotta hurry here, y'all ain't playing fair. What Paul presents us is the undeniable truth between relinquishing your past and embracing your future. Paul says, I'm standing right here, and where I'm standing, I count not myself to have apprehended, but I'm letting those things go which are behind me with one hand, and I'm reaching towards things that are in front of me with the other hand. Now in this hand I've let my past go, and in this hand I'm reaching towards my future, because I realize that my future is too big to hold with one hand. So what I had in this hand, I had to let it go to help this hand hold what God's about to bring. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, your future is too big to hold with one hand. So you gotta let yesterday be yesterday. You gotta let the past be the past and say, I'm sorry for what I've been through, and I'm sorry for what I left, but I realize that God is taking me somewhere greater than I've ever been. Somebody shout, I'm on my way to greater. Oh, y'all ain't talking to me up in here on today. That's why your friends are mad at you. Your friends are mad at you because they feel the grip letting go. Lacey, preach it if they don't want to shout. Your friends are upset because they see you changing, and they see you no longer doing some of the stuff that y'all used to do. It's because you realize and have an understanding that I can't go to where I need to be when I'm still connected to who I'm used to be. Paul says you cannot go into greater things unless you let go of lesser things. Tap your neighbor on the shoulder and say, baby, let that go, because God got something greater for you in your future. Now I know you're sitting by somebody that ain't shouted yet, but you with your silly self, I need you to give God a shout right off up in here, because you realize you've lost some things, but you have not lost anything that God's not gonna give you double for. I need you to high five somebody and say, greater is coming. Find somebody that want to have church and say, greater is coming. So I'm no longer crying about yesterday. I'm no longer weeping about yesterday. And tell your neighbor, if I do cry, baby, these are tears of joy that God brought me out of when I wouldn't leave myself, that God snatched me out of when I wouldn't come out of myself. Because every now and then God has to take the initiative, because you are telling him no, but God is saying, but you got to though. You are saying, God, not ready, but God is saying, I need you to be. Because as long as you're stuck in your past, you're keeping your future waiting. I need somebody right here to just shout, God, I'm no longer keeping my future waiting on me, but I'm on my way to greater things. I'm letting my last man go. I'm letting my last woman go. I'm letting my last job go. I'm letting my last house go, because I realize now it's in my past for a reason. I need somebody to give God a shout that God has already delivered you from your past. Is there anybody in here that says, I've been delivered even when I didn't want to be delivered? I came out even when I didn't want to come out. Is there anybody in here that says, I'm on my way to something greater? Somebody shout yes.